Hey everyone, Nick here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to look at some of the apps you can use for fulfillment and product sourcing and just the providers, products, and different things. This is a video that's really meant to spark some ideas. This is meant to give you a look at now that we have access to the e-com library and all these amazing designs that you can be getting and immediately putting the products. I want to give you the places to go to be able to start uploading these designs and creating products. So this is going to be a very just impromptu look at different ways that you can find apps, because there's a lot of them, guys, and I don't want to, I know everybody's always like, well, what's the best? What's your recommendation? And they can all work, all right? What you're really looking for is the basic stuff that you would look for whenever you hire any vendor or company or anybody that you're going to work with for your business. I mean, you want to see that they have great reviews, that they've been tested, not just one great 5-star review, but lots of them from real people, from real stores. When you look at an app, for example, like we're going to look at this app, you can come down here and you can see reviews and you can see if it's an actual real store. Like this guy gave him a 1-star. I look at it both, take it with a grain of salt. Shop currently unavailable. Guess what? That dude means nothing to me with a review because he's not successful, right? So, but 5-star review here, let's see what they look like. They have a store. They're using all over print, right? So their review means a lot more to me than somebody else. So you want to look for that kind of stuff. You want to look at the reviews. You want to make sure that people are actually leaving legit reviews, that they have real stores, and that stuff will help you when you're looking at a lot of these different apps. Because look, guys, there's a lot of them. There's T-Launch, there's Printful, Printify, Merchify, Kite, Ink Threadable, that's a new one I've never even heard of. Here's another one, Guten, Pillow Profits, T-Scape, Scalable Press. Like there's so many of these different types of apps now, and that's because it's real, there's a lot of custom print businesses in the United States, and I think a lot of them are starting to realize that if they take the time to develop an app and an integration for Shopify, they can make a lot of money by being a third-party fulfillment center for marketers that have great ideas to sell these designs. So I'm not going to look at all of these because I know that people really just want me to kind of point out what I think are some of the best and what I know are proven to work from both my own experience and from other people's experiences. Again, this is going to be something that I'm telling you straight out. I know there's going to be people that ask questions and are like, well, what do you recommend, or this or this? But I'm giving you my full opinion here. It really doesn't go any further than what I'm going to share in this video because I tell you guys exactly what I use, and I'm going to show you the apps that are already installed on my store that I'm using right now. Okay, so that's what this is going to be a look at here. So first of all, if you want to come here and be able to see this in the App Store, you visit the Shopify App Store and you can go to product sourcing, and when you click on that category, this is the category for sourcing products, and some of these will be drop shipping things, but a lot of them are going to be these custom fulfillment print apps that you can use to start loading designs and making money. All right, so some of the big ones that you've probably heard of and that get used a lot, Printful is definitely one of them. They have a ton of reviews, very well respected. They're great with customer service. Like they're very reliable. What I have found with Printful is that their margins really aren't that good. I find them to be one of the higher priced wholesale companies that you can get. All right, so I don't really like Printful's margins. They're not installed on my store right now because really any products that they offer, I can go and get cheaper on T-Launch or something like Custom Cat or Viral Style. So I really don't use Printful, but they do have a really big collection of products. They have a lot going on with what they offer, and if you open these, you can usually come in and find their actual, what they offer. So some of the things that Printful offers that other people don't, that I find really, really cool, are number one, leggings. They offer leggings. I think they're the only supplier to offer leggings, but their price on leggings is kind of pricey. So, they're charging you a base cost of $30 for all over leggings, and to be honest, I don't, I know that leggings like the Lulu brand and stuff can sell for up to 100 and over, but I personally think your margin here, you're going to have to be selling your pair of leggings for $49.95. So you really need to know the legging industry, in my opinion, to be able to do that, because like I know that on Amazon you can get all over print leggings for like 15 bucks, so on AliExpress you can get them much cheaper. So in my opinion, I don't think they're really providing something all that valuable here, because I think that the wholesale cost is going to squeeze the margins too tight to really be profitable with this. But hey, if you are an amazing designer, if you've got some really great ideas for leggings and you know this industry really well, then you could potentially come in here, offer something that nobody else is doing, and then you're able to command your price a little bit more. Another thing that they offer that nobody else does are sublimated socks. I think these are really cool as well. But again, $11.95 for a single pair of sublimated socks, that's the other side of the coin. I looked at this and I was excited about these products. I wanted to be able to market them, but I really think it's ridiculous to think you're going to, by this point, you have to mark that up to like $15.95 to even have a chance at making a profit on it. I would never personally buy a pair of socks for 15 bucks for more than 10 bucks. So, especially when they can go to Walmart, you can go to AliExpress, you can go to Target and find the same thing for much cheaper in packs of like 3 or 4 for the same price. Now, will they be custom sublimated? It all comes down, if you can really find a niche in a market and hit it with a really winning design. I'm not saying it's impossible that it can't work, but as you can see, the wholesale price, it's not just about the reviews. It's not just about the products. The products are only as good to you as you can market them for. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Beach blankets are something I've been excited about. I want to market these, but $26.95 for a wholesale cost? Like, are you freaking kidding me? That's absurd. Even at the boardwalk, they don't sell them for that much. It's 20 bucks for a beach. Now they're saying they're really big, 30 by 60, but it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to pay that much, in my opinion, for, you'd have to mark this up to 35 bucks for it to even be worth selling. So, again, I'm just giving you my opinion, my look at it. This is why I don't personally use Printful. Hats, embroidery, this is a really cool thing that they have. Their price is a little bit more reasonable here, because nice hats like at Lids and other stores will go for $20, $25, up to $30 for a nice fitted hat that has a nice custom design on it. So this is a little bit more reasonable here with some of these embroidered hats. Something pretty cool that you can offer that I think is unique to Printful, really. And then the rest of this stuff, dresses and skirts are obviously something that are unique to Printful as well. I don't think you can find this in too many other fulfillment apps. But again, it's going to come down to pricing now. I know that dresses can vary. That's a big market. Nice dresses can go, I know, all the way up to hundreds to thousands of dollars right now. Obviously, that's not the quality we're looking at here, but these are basically all over print dresses you can do. So, you can probably get away with selling a dress custom printed for $50, $60 if you're putting a really nice design on there. So, these are cool. I'm just trying to give you the ideas here. I'm not personally getting into the dress market. Like, that's not a niche that I'm interested in at all. Beach blankets I was interested in, but again, it's just too expensive in my opinion. Leggings I find very, very interesting. I'm very interested in the leggings market, but I am personally looking at taking the route of drop shipping that from already wholesale print suppliers. I know that there's stores that are based entirely on leggings that do it for much cheaper. So that's kind of the way I look at that. They do have wall art as well, which I think is cool, but I found what I think is a better source for wall art. So that's my look at Printful, and I wanted to look at them because they're one of the biggest. They have tons of reviews. So I just wanted to talk about them. I'm going to talk about Printify as well and T-Launch. These are both apps that I use. Let's also look at a couple other big ones as I scroll through here. Like some of these other ones, man, like I have no interest really. They're all kind of at this point they're all kind of the same thing. But again, you can open them up. And what you really want to do if you're looking for stuff like this is trying to find out where they keep their price sheet. All right, so they have a website here. So obviously if you come here, you should be able to see their product catalog and see what it is they offer. So they have some of the basic stuff. Again, shower curtains, canvas wraps, interesting. That's a pretty good range. From $6 is where it starts, with a really good shipping price. Production time. So, you know, this is stuff that you can look like. I'm just trying to figure out where learn more. You have to have an account to learn more. So, you know, there's a lot of different companies out there that are all starting to offer the same type of stuff. These guys ship worldwide, so that's really cool. Shipping $10, and then the prices go up a little bit more on worldwide. But I already have Viral Style for Canvas, so I think that I'm good with that. But you know, again, I'm just showing you how you can come through and kind of find out what you're looking at and see if anybody offers similar stuff. See if you can find better deals. Viral Style, as you can see, is actually still pretty new, but I've seen a recent some case studies with Viral Style that they're doing really, really well. You know, and they are offering a really great canvas service. I'm not really using them for apparel or anything else. I'm using T-Launch for apparel, but I really like the canvas service that they offer, which we're going to look at in a second here. So getting into T-Launch, this is one of the companies that I do use. I use T-Launch for shirts. I've used them for shirts many times in the past. I've sold several hundred to thousand. I don't even know anymore with T-Launch. I've mostly been, people from Shopify mostly know me as a dropship person, but I have sold custom merchandise. I just find custom merchandise to be a little bit more time consuming. That's why I kind of have always gravitated towards dropshipping. But, you know, there's so much opportunity in custom merchandise simply because of the uniqueness and the way that you can separate yourself. So no matter what, I think having a general store with both is a great thing to do. And you can have as many of these apps as you want to on your store. Like, you can mix and match all kinds of different apps for different types of things. I come to T-Launch to be able to get the shirts that I use, and they have drinkware that I like. I like their mugs. I think they're priced right. I like that they have these vacuum tumblers. I think that's pretty cool. I think the beer stein is cool as well. I just have not yet even got into the idea of, I mean, I was in Oktoberfest last year, and I think there's a great opportunity to sell some beer stein stuff, but I just, you know, it's not like in my wheelhouse, so I have to research that a little bit more. They also do all over print. I recently just started testing. I have one product that I tested with this, which I can show you. I sold one actually too. It's a marshmallow head all over print shirt, where it was a design that I originally had done. I created this design. I drew it. And basically it's just the outline of an EDM artist named Marshmello, and I put it on the all over print. So as you can see, that's what it looks like, which is really cool. I think the all over print shirts are popular now within like the EDM generation, hipster kind of younger generation. People definitely like this kind of stuff when you can come up with some really cool designs. They have them all over AliExpress, so you could really do it on your own by finding other great designs out there and bringing them in to put them on here. Now, when you do shirts like this, or any shirt really in general, you're going to see that they give you the size that it must be. All right, now, so like with an all-over print shirt, you're going to have to size it specifically, okay? Because most images are not going to come in that large of a file size. That's a really large file size. That's a really high resolution, because it has to be able to fit. You can see the square here. It has to be able to fit and wrap around the whole front of the shirt, all right? So one of the things I like about T-Launch is they give you the specs. They give you everything right here. I use this stuff right in my description to actually, like, I guess I'll show you again. I use it right in my description to actually help define what the product is. You can see, like, I put something there, and then printed on white polyester fabric. So like I'll take a little bit of what I see in here to use as my product description, and then they have everything. So like with this, for example, if I was doing this image, then we would come and we would look at Alright, so this is the marshmallow head large. You can see it's in the exact file dimensions it needs to be. It's a PNG file, which means it's a transparent background. And then boom, it fits right on top. And I just have to review and publish the design, walk through the process of actually setting up the description and all that kind of stuff, setting the price. So that's how it works with these. Now, there is a specific app. A lot of the apps now, like Viral Style, T-Launch, Custom Cat, Printify, or Printful, they offer at least one option for an all-over print. There's also an app called All Over Print that I showed you earlier that is specifically all about doing that style of shirt. You can see right here where they just do the all over print style shirts, and I think they have a few more options available in their catalog. They're also based out of the United Kingdom though, so for people selling in the US, you're actually looking at a little bit longer of a shipping time. But they have some really cool stuff. I did download it and look into their thing once just because I like that they can print all over on a lot of different types of things with the sublimation. But at the same time, you know, shipping from the UK wasn't really ideal for me. So I decided not to use them and just use T-Launch for my all over shirt designs that I want to do. Custom Cat is another big one. They're very much like T-Launch. They have the lowest wholesale prices available. The only difference is that they have a $29 a month subscription service charge, I believe. And that's what they do, I guess, to kind of make sure they have serious designers and be able to offer the lowest wholesale cost to those designers. If you're selling in quantity, if you're selling in volume, Custom Cat probably makes sense because, you know, you're saving enough on the t-shirts that it will make up for the $30. Personally, I don't use Custom Cat because when I started with T-Launch because I was starting on like a bootstrap budget, which I know a lot of people are. And then I just got very familiar with T-Launch. I like it. It works well. Their customer service is great. Their reliability is great. Their deliverability is great. They handle everything. They send out tracking numbers when orders are shipped. So I love it. I think it's really cool. And so I just never left them. But I know that Custom Cat is something that Justin swears by. He uses it for all of his business, and he has run the numbers and shown before that by using Custom Cat, if you're printing in volume on basic tees, that you're actually saving more money, even though they do have the $30 a month subscription charge. So that's an option for you as well. Back to T-Launch and what I use. Accessories, they have some cool stuff. Some of it's a little expensive, like $2 for a sticker, I think is just hard. You know, I would wish that this was cheaper so that I could use that as like a free plus shipping offer, but they also charge you on shipping. So you always want to see, is there a shipping cost, and it will show you in here. So it's a $1.50 flat shipping cost, so $3, but it's just for, or I'm sorry, $3.50 per sticker basically, and then any sticker above that, it's just $2 more per sticker. But still at the same time, you know, sometimes I just find those prices to be a little bit too much. The tote bag is something I'm very interested in. $10 I think is a fair price. I know they sell them at Target and stuff for cheaper than that. But again, we're really going on the basis that if we can create something very unique, very quality that can't be found elsewhere, people will be willing to pay a little bit more of a price. Accessory pouch, not something I use, but could go great with beauty stores, makeup stores, people that sell stuff to women, people that sell stuff to artists. This doesn't necessarily have to be like a makeup pouch. This could be an artist pouch, pens and pencils, and that's actually a really good idea. I might put a pin in that for later. Apparel, going back to here, they have the basic tees. They have a lot of different options now, which are cool. They have American Apparel, which are more expensive, but you know, a respected brand. You could use that in your branding. They have the basic tees for $8.50 that are, I've ordered these and I've tested them, but I've tested all like the main ones. These are like your basic heavy tee. They're not really fitted, so people like them. They sell, but at the same time, the quality, I don't find the quality like around the neckline and stuff that I really like as much. So I've moved to the next level tri-blend shirts. I print on these for most of my designs. I really like them. One came in the mail, fits beautifully. I love it. I love the racerback tanks that they have. These are really popular with women, just in general as a design. So, you know, huge for really any industry. You can be using this. And then they have some more. They have the unisex shirts here, which I like better than the heavy shirts. But again, same thing. I just find the neckline on the softer shirts to be better, in my opinion. One thing I think is a really cool opportunity is the onesie. You guys are checking out my store, so some of you have probably seen that I'm already exploring this option, but I think the onesie could be something big. I'm really trying to kind of pursue that right now. Toddler shirt as well. And then they have the unisex hoodie and, you know, basically a lot of different options here. And you can add multiple options at once. I like T-Launch because they tell you where they can ship from. It's a growing company. They're getting better. They're getting bigger. If you print on like this shirt, for example, you can ship from any one of these countries to make sure automatically they will know when you're fulfilling where to print it and ship it from so that your shipping times will be as fast as possible, which I think is really cool. And then for any one of these, when you go to start designing, it'll give you the specs of what that shirt is, what it's made out of, and, you know, the colors available. So you can select multiple different kinds. You can select like here and here, which a lot of times with some of my basic designs, that's what I'll do. I'll select the next level tri-blend for men and women together, and I'll put them together in the same product, like as two different variants of the same product, like for the Build Your Empire, for example. So I put them together in the same product of men and women. And then if I want to do something separate, like if I want to do a racer back here, you know, I added in separate because I believe that I want to keep the products separated in that way. I want to keep hoodies separated in their own category, tanks separated in their own category. So, but like on one basic design for both the men's and women's shirt, I'll keep them together. And I kind of got that idea from Sunfrog, from Teespring. Like a lot of people, that's what they do. They'll separate the t-shirt from the hoodie, from the tanks. That way it can be multiple products. You can link them all together. And that way you can also have more color options available. Because if I come through here and select all of these, T-Launch will let me select all of them to all put together and push as one product with multiple variants. But then you have less of a product or less color selection because there's only so many colors and variants they can create per one product. All right, but they also give you the option to split it out as one or split it out as multiple products. So some really cool stuff there just to make sure you can customize and design exactly as you want it to look like. All right. Home goods. This is some stuff they offer that I think is really cool, but again, a lot of it, prices are just too high for me to find reasonable. I don't see anybody paying more than 30 bucks for a shower curtain when at Walmart you can get a nice printed shower curtain for $10. Like, literally, you know, I know that some shower curtains, like the really fancy ones with layered textures and stuff on them, go up to $40. But, you know, for the most part, I don't view this as something reasonable to sell, marking it up to 40. Like, you could, but again, to me, as a consumer, I wouldn't pay it. So I look at it like that and think it's going to be troublesome trying to do that. Same thing with a pet bed. You know, my girlfriend has a little dog, so by extension, I basically have a little dog. And I know that they sell pet beds for much cheaper than this at Petco, Target, Home Goods, Marshalls. So I would never spend that on a pet bed. But again, if you can create the uniqueness and the value in what you're doing, then, you know, it's really going to come based on how good your design is. Honestly, you're going to have a really, really good design to make it work with some of these items at these higher fulfillment cost price. And I'm just being real with you on that. Same thing with the beach towel. Theirs is better than the other one. This is only $20, but still, I find it a little bit of a stretch to think you're going to sell a beach towel for 25, 30 bucks. The dog bowl I like. I think that the dog bowl at $10 you could sell for $15, and I think that is actually a little high, but still reasonable if you're able to put a really good design on this, because they have something cool. I haven't seen the dog bowl anywhere else, but they have like the full wrap that you can put around the whole design, and I think that's kind of cool. Jewelry. This is something that just hit T-Launch. I love this. Personally, I don't understand the circle necklace thing. All right, like I don't get it at all. But I know that a lot of people have made a lot of money with it. I know Gear Bubble, I think, kind of revolutionized this whole dumb circle necklace looking thing, and I know that people have made a lot of money selling them. So other platforms are adapting it, and I'm going to start testing this as well. I think it's a great way to try to break into an industry because apparently it works. Phone cases I tend to stay away from because there's so many different variants and options, and there's so many people trying to push cell phone cases. Margins are cut so low at this point, and Facebook ads have gone so high on trying to market this type of stuff that I find it difficult unless you're a big company like Redbubble trying to push out just massive stuff. And then T-Launch also has canvas art. They have these flags. I think that's cool. And I like that they can do the panoramic set of 3. These are reasonable costs. These are reasonable. That's definitely reasonable. So is that, and so I think this is very reasonable as well. So that's a look at T-Launch and just just ideas, trying to get your mind moving and flowing here. Yesterday we looked at designs and where you can start sourcing amazing designs. Tomorrow we're going to look at some more options of where you can start sourcing more designs. With different sites out there, not the ecom library, but where you can do like your own research to start sourcing some designs that you can use either in conjunction with ecom library or separately. Like basically, for example, where I got that design, that flashlight there or that bulb there, where I got this background here, that's what I want to show you, where you can get that kind of stuff for canvases and then be able to mix and match, layer, and create your own cool stuff. So that's it for T-Launch. All right, another one is Viral Style. Now, I like Viral Style because of their canvases, and this is something that Justin introduced. I saw what he had done. He had a little case study in his group about about a print that he had sold that was really cool. It was like a Monopoly ball-in one, and I know that Sense of Art is killing it right now. I don't know if they use Viral Style, but I think that they do because their mock-ups look very similar and their prints look very similar. But they have a lot of the same stuff, as you can see, hoodies and tees and all that kind of stuff, drinkware, kids' shirts. They have the all-over print. They have hats. They also do the jewelry, and they offer a few different options. I think some of this is really cool. Dog tags especially. Same thing with the tees. They do a tank and a t-shirt. Flip-flops, I think this is cool. They also do custom socks that you can print on, and custom flip-flops. They can print on a wall clock. This is cool as well. And then you also see down here, here's the canvases, the landscape and the portrait canvas, which are really cool, and they offer in multiple different sizes. And then finally, they also have the tote bag. So if we look at some of these, like if we look at the canvas, I think the canvas is one of the coolest things. The base cost it's a little high. I mean, it's still reasonable. Like what they suggest selling at is still a good price. Now what happens here is they give you design templates. Okay, so you have a template for everything. T-Launch does the same thing. I mean, you can download the templates no matter what. Like if you come in here and you go to just any given shirt, they give you the art specs. Okay, so I guess they don't technically give you a template to follow. These guys give you a template you can download if you have for the like these landscapes and stuff. You can download the PNG file, and this is what it looks like. So it gives you where the edge of the canvas is, so you know that's where the canvas ends and the wrap begins, which is one of those things that it's like, you let it wrap around the sides, so it gives it that really cool 3D effect. And I think that that's something that looks really, really clean when it actually gets translated onto a design. So here what we would do is we'd upload an image to the size that they have and that they want. This takes a little bit more work. So like where we get designs on Ecom Library, for example, those are ready to go for most t-shirts and stuff. But, when it comes to a canvas, it's a larger size, so it's going to need to be reformatted when it comes to canvases, no matter what, no matter where you get the design. It's just kind of one of those things. So there is a little bit of an extra step here. There are online editors for free, and since, you know, when you download a vector image, you can do this. Like, here's the Think Positive print that I did, and it's a large image that I designed, and I designed it so that it's wrapped at the right place. So when it uploads, takes a minute, you'll be able to see what it looks like. And that's based on, there's no moving, there's no cropping it here. That's based on following their template. Like here you can see I designed this, and what I did to design this canvas is I put their template in the back here so I could see where my stuff lined up with, and that's kind of how you want to do it. Now guys, I know that not everybody has Photoshop, I know that not everybody's a designer, but I just have to be real with you. There are some things that you just cannot accomplish in this world without having the tools to do them. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. Ecom Library definitely does that when it comes to mugs, t-shirts, and smaller type of items with smaller print areas. But if you want to print on something the size of a canvas that's literally going to be 2 feet by 3 feet big, then you are going to need to create a large high resolution image, and that can only be done in some type of photo editing software. Photoshop is only $10 a month. If you're running a full-time custom merchandise store, it's absolutely worth it. I mean, $10 is a margin of an overhead to be able to have at any time going in here and just do basic editing kinds of stuff. It certainly beats hiring somebody to do it each time, but at the same time you can get a VA to resize your images really easily, probably for like $5 an image, if you give them the exact design specs that you need. Now I also want you to know that for Ecom Library, Justin has said anything that you need resized to actually fit on the design, they will take care of if you just email them. So you will be able to get that done for free, because I know that different, like T-Launch for example, I'll just show you here. T-Launch for example, let me find an image that I bought right off of. See, it says it's too small, it needs to be 2400 pixels wide. Well, here's the funny thing about that, okay? The image is a vector image, it's just not quite sized to what T-Launch requires. So what you end up needing to do in a situation like that, and they will do this for you, but if you're looking in Photoshop at doing this yourself, you just need to create a canvas size that is the right size. I usually stick with 100 DPI for just regular shirts and stuff. And then you would need to place that image there and just resize it, okay? Because T-Launch just needs to recognize that it's a full image size, okay? This is not going to deprecate the quality at all because it's a vector image. It can be resized to that proportion. You just need to make sure that the way you resize it is by creating the canvas size that you need first, like I just did, and then placing the layer on that new canvas and resizing it, and it will automatically resize it and adjust it to the resolution it needs to be. And then you can see that it will keep the quality. If I zoom in here to 100%, the quality is still very clear, still very clean lines, so the resolution is good. All right, so I just wanted to explain that. And then obviously, you know, when you re-up it, like if I come here, hold on, and I find where I already did that, see, this is where I resized it already, it'll be absolutely fine. And then I just, you know, so that is a step. Now, I did make that aware if you're watching this and this is just coming out new. For those of you using Ecom Library, that is something that we're working on to try to make that so that you don't have to do it. But I just gave you two really good options. You can either email them right back at support and they'll resize it for you, or you can find an online photo editor to use, or you can just use Photoshop. Now, I'll try to suggest some online editors in the in the comments underneath or the resources so that you guys have that. But as of right now, for this video, I'm just focused on showing you the options. Again, that's really what we're doing here. We're just looking at what's available to you to hopefully try to get your mind moving with ideas of how you can use designs you have across different products. I mean, one design could potentially work across multiple different products, and it could be that it works on one product better than another. Maybe your first product choice doesn't match with the market as much, and you find a different product that works a lot better all of a sudden, right? So that's definitely something to consider as well, and that's why there's so many different options out there. I'm going to look a little bit more specifically at canvases in the future, but for now I just wanted to introduce Viral Style and why I like Viral Style, and show you canvases I've created already. It imports directly to your Shopify store. I did that one. I did a Texas flag one. So there's so many different ideas. Here's an example. The Philadelphia canvas I did. Where am I trying to go here? I want to show you here as a way you can be creative with your designs as well. The Philadelphia canvas I used is something where I took the original design, this Philadelphia, it's where my story begins. That's something that I had gotten off of the ecom library, and that's what it originally looked like, right? And then I decided I wanted to make a canvas out of it as well, so I did this background and I added some layer texture to it, and then I put the design back on top of it and changed it to a different color. Like, this is all stuff I'm going to cover a little bit more in detail. Like, I'm actually going to create a basic Photoshop tutorial specifically for learning how to edit these types of images and do this kind of stuff. Because I think it's valuable for some people to know. Not all of you may need it or appreciate it, because some of you don't need to be using Photoshop. You don't want to. But for those of you who want to have the knowledge and the skill to be self-reliant and self-sufficient, Photoshop is something you can easily self-teach yourself. You don't need to be an artist. You don't need to be somebody who's good with pens and pencils. There are so many graphic designers out there I've seen that suck with a pen and pencil, can't draw to save their life, but they are great with Photoshop because it's completely different. It's all digital, automated, and Photoshop has the tools you need to do the work for you, right? You just need to know how to use them, and really you need to have the creative mind and the eye and the design idea to do it. Okay, moving on. Talking about now Printify. Printify is another option that I really like. They have one of the largest selections that I've seen when it comes to shirts. They have a lot of cool mock-ups, and they have same thing. You know, they have the same stuff everybody else has. Okay. But I just think that they're a cool option. The laptop sleeves I think are cool. I like their mugs as well. I like their home decor, but their prices again on some of this stuff are a little crazy. I like their notebooks. The journal is something. This is actually, the journal and the notebooks are one of the, now I remember that these are one of the main reasons that I like Printify. I actually just ordered myself a journal. I designed one of these, and I'm still trying to figure out how exactly to target the market, because, you know, just because, like, for example, back to products. Free Thought Hustle Journal. So just as an example, like this product I like, and it's kind of plain just to look at it as a picture, but I ordered one. Quality's great. I absolutely love it. Myself as an art person, somebody who likes to write, who's constantly putting my thoughts down on paper, I was in love with this immediately when I saw it. So I know there's a market for it. I know it's really cool, and I know it's valuable, and you can change the background color, whatever you want for the journal, and you can print whatever type of design you want on it, and you can do it either with ruled lines or without. So I think it's cool. I think it's a great idea. There's a lot of application there. and the product is actually really good quality. It's a little bit expensive in my opinion, $12.69. You know, it makes it difficult. I was running an ad and I was getting clicks, but like I had my price at $19.95, and that's kind of expensive for a journal, and I understand that. I agree that it's kind of expensive, but again, for me to make money, like I'm hoping that we see with the industry that prices come down over time. I like this as well, that you can get the fully framed wrap canvas. I think that's a really cool idea right there. Something you can do with Printify. So it's another cool option that you can have, because theirs also comes with that stuff as well. So and then they have, what's this? Oh, posters. So they have some really cool options, I guess, just to kind of add into some of the other stuff that T-Launch and Viral Style has. And that's really the way that I look at it right now with the apps that I'm using. Custom Cat can be interchanged with T-Launch if you want to. But personally, that's the setup I like and what I'm going with my store right now. Printful, again, I think that they're great. I just remember looking at their catalog and thinking that it was a little bit more pricey than, you know, what I could get elsewhere. Ink Threadable, like these guys, you know, you can check out other stuff. There are lots and lots of other suppliers that are coming out there. These guys look like they're a good option based out of the UK. That's why I opened them up. So if you're not in the US and you want something that can ship quickly to the UK, because that's where your main market is, then this is something that could be a good option, it looks like, for you. Pillow Profits, we've all heard of them. Or maybe we haven't. That's actually why I want to mention them, because they're doing something cool now where you can print on shoes. Now, I think that they have a lot of different items you can print on. So, slip-ons, sneakers, flip-flops, socks, cool stuff. You know, I think that the biggest ones are probably the sneakers. I mean, and these slip-ons are cool too. So there's some good ideas there, but again, you know, you need to be somewhat of a designer at this point, or be working with a designer, because when it comes to designing on a shoe, like the design has to fit a certain format, right? So this goes a little bit above and beyond just going to Ecom Library, because this is something very custom that you're going to need to work on, like 3 different sides of a design to get. So this is kind of taking it up a level. I have heard of some people doing well selling these, but I've also heard it's hard to make a profit margin as well, which is kind of, you know, the story right now that sucks with a lot of these newer items coming out. They're really cool, they're really unique, and they're awesome, but the profit margins just aren't really there for people to be making the same type of money with drop shipping, which is why, you know, I love custom merchandise and I really want to explore this industry. But even people I've seen that have pushed big numbers, like several $100,000 a month, I know that the profit margins can be, you know, they can vary. They can be up on the 33, 35% when you're doing well, or they can push down to like 15, 20% when you're not doing well, because the margins can be a little bit thinner with some of these types of items, no matter how many you're selling. So you want to factor that into what you're doing. Lastly, alright, I don't want to make this video too much longer. This is just meant to be a brief overview of the apps available to you and what you can use. Lastly, something that I want to test and that I plan on getting more involved in is these product customizers that are coming out. Now, back in January, we did a webinar with a team that developed something called Customplex, which you could see in my store right here. Customplex is an option that lets you upload designs and then they can customize certain pieces of that design. All right. We had some people that got it and absolutely love it. Now there's monthly apps that are coming out that are making this more available at a much lower price point for people. And it gives you the ability to do like basically what you see here. You can upload the design, right? Upload an image. So they created that design, and then there's a custom spot that people can edit themselves. This is a really cool idea because they are integrated directly with your store. So all it takes is for somebody you upload a design, and then they are able to edit special areas. All right, there's a lot here. I mean, from t-shirts to mugs to phone cases, like there's so many different ways that you could apply this. Personalized doormats, I think that's pretty cool. but I haven't tested it myself yet. So again, I'm just throwing the idea out there. I'm making it aware of, here's what they're doing. Basically, they're sourcing these doormats from here, and they're just an integration app that's allowing you to use this service. I mean, I think it's cool. Obviously, these guys are making money. Obviously, they've been in business for a little while. They've got, they've got some good stuff going on here. And this is the type of stuff where you can come get the exact same thing. So see how they're doing this, Dave's Garage. The Holtz, they're putting names on there. They're putting a location on there. So you can really start playing the custom angle with stuff like this. And it's directly integrated to your store through like an app like this. I'm actually curious now to see where they source their t-shirts from. Okay, so they source their t-shirts on their own. And then when you click personalize it, it's going to open up a personal editor where your image would already be uploaded, and then you can add whatever you want into there. So I think that's cool. Customify. That's kind of difficult to say. I think I downloaded that. If I didn't, I'm about to. I also checked out the advanced custom products. This looks like it's about the same exact thing, but again, it really is just going to come down to, they have 25 reviews. Looks like they're a little bit more established. These guys have, oh no, about the same, 28 reviews, but they're at 4 stars, and the other guys are at 5 stars. So again, I would kind of come down here and look at why they're getting some of these bad reviews. Don't respond to help, posted last year. Nightmare setting up a sample image. You probably don't know what you're doing. This guy, man, okay, like some of these sites don't even sound for real, and the shop's not available. So a lot of these people, I figure, they're probably just dumb and they don't know what they're doing, which happens, honestly. I mean, that may sound mean, but listen, the average person out there is not the brightest bulb in the box. So, you'll come and you'll look at their reviews and find what works for you, and see. I would look at both of these. I think that these are both really good options. And I'm going to try out one of them for sure. I think I'm going to try out I'm going to probably try out this one first, just because I like that they give it to you for free, and then you upgrade when you want to, as opposed to they give you a trial that runs out. And I like that they show you right on there where they're sourcing their products from. I think the doormat is really, really cool. Custom code installation. So it looks like they have you get a 14-day free trial. So it looks like they both have some type of installation process. Let's see which one is easier, because that could make a big difference too. So no matter what, there's an installation process. All right. Create a staff account. Well, that's cool. So they'll install it for you. These guys give you a 14-day free trial, and then I guess it goes to $15 a month. It looks like you have to install this yourself. Now, this doesn't scare me because you can contact them and they will complete installation as well. So either way, you can have somebody complete installation, and we'll look to do more on this, like as a case study in the future, with being able to customize products, because I think this is a massive opportunity that can really set yourself apart. Being able to offer this on your store, whether it's a general store, whether it's a niche store, it doesn't matter. If you're offering some type of product that people can customize, and you're able to get a good ad out there that shows them how to do that, like maybe a video ad or something that shows them how they can customize and get a really great design, then I think that this can do really, really well. The last one, there's also one called the Adjustinator, which it does the same exact thing, but I've heard that the Adjustinator only works with I've heard it only works with certain things. So these are all options you can check out. I haven't personally tried any of them, so like I'm not recommending one over the other. I'm just showing you the 3 different ones that I found that looked really legit and looked like they could be really cool for getting started. Personally, custom products. I think this one looks a little bit more advanced custom products. I really think looks. I'm just going off of my basic instinct here, and I think that advanced custom products looks like the one that I want. I like it better. Better reviews, lower price. Looks like easier installation. A much cleaner, much nicer, much more inviting user base, and then they also, I can see that they've made more apps as well, so I know that they're like, you know, that they're in it and they're part of this community. So I like that. I'm gonna test out advanced custom products and see how that works. So guys, that is everything for this video. We just looked at some really great print-on-demand apps, custom merchandise apps, how you can find these different apps out there, explore them, see what works for you, works for your store. Looked at a lot of different types of products and what's available to you for using some of these great images that I'm going to be helping you find from the last video and then coming videos, and then also how you can get that stuff like really in tune with what you're doing and use you know, upload your images and find out the different specs that you need to make this stuff happen. So there's going to be more. Please let me know if you do have any questions at any point or anything like that, because I want to be there for you guys. I want to make sure this is all helpful and helping you not only come up with ideas, but execute those ideas to be able to be successful with this type of business, and then continue to use it in my own case study store as examples of what can really be accomplished here when this stuff is used right, and we harness the power of custom merchandise and print on demand. I think it's a massive opportunity, so I'm excited to keep doing this with you guys. I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.